Welcome to Ball Cap Bible Study for May 12th, Monday, 2025. My name is Wade Cruz. I'm pastor of senior adults for Quail Springs Baptist Church. Normally I say good morning, but today got away from me. So this is Monday evening. It is approximately 10 p.m. or a little after. We're going to talk about Mother's Day. We just had Mother's Day. The thing about Mother's Day, Father's Day, everybody had one. That's God's design, is it not? That you have a mother and a father. Think about even the commandments. Who are we supposed to honor? That fifth commandment. So, in honoring your mother and father, you honor God. It's an interesting way that God designed everything: procreation, be fruitful and multiply, all of that stuff. But I wanted to show you something in God's word in the Sermon on the Mount. Well, in Luke's version, some of the same verbiage is used, but I want you to see this cost of discipleship. Let's define discipleship first of all. Discipleship can be a verb, it can be a noun, it can be all sorts of things. But when you can be a disciple, you can be discipled, you can disciple someone else. So there's all sorts of things that discipleship means, but to be a disciple of Christ, what does that mean? So Jesus in Luke chapter 14, verse 25 says large crowds were gathering around him. Okay, we just had Mother's Day, Father's Day is coming up. We know the fifth commandment is to honor your mother and father, and there's even a promise there that you may have live a long life. Listen to this. This is interesting. Large crowds are going along with him. He turns to them and he says, now this is what they're just walking along, and then out of the blue, Jesus turns around and says, hey, think about the connection. They're following him, and this is the cost of following him. What does he say? If anyone comes to me and does not hate his own father and mother and wife and children and brothers and sisters, yes, even his own life, he can't be my disciple. Whoever does not carry his own cross and come after me cannot be my disciple. For which one of you, when he wants to build a tower, does not first sit down and calculate the cost to see if he has enough to complete it? Otherwise, when he's laid the foundation and is not able to finish, all who observe it, they begin to ridicule him, saying, this man began to build and was not able to finish. Or what king, when he sets out to meet another king in battle, will not first sit down and consider whether he is strong enough with 10,000 men to encounter the one coming against him with 20,000? Or else, while the other is still far away, he sends a delegation and asks for terms of peace. So then, none of you can be my disciple who does not give up all his own possessions. Now, doesn't literally want us to hate our family, does not literally want us to not honor mom and dad. God's word does not contradict itself. But think about this. Has anybody stopped and thought about the cost of discipleship, of being a disciple of Christ, of following him? What did he say? Luke 9:23, 19:20. If anyone wants to come after me, let him take up his cross, let him deny himself, take up his cross daily and follow me. It's self-denial, it's selflessness. All too often we see even church leaders be selfish, self-promoters. It's about them. It's they want to call it their church. So this is in comparison to how much you love the Lord, how much Jesus means to you, how much you love God should look like you hate your kids, your family. So, no, it doesn't mean you really hate them. But by comparison, yes, you love your family, but you love God so much more that it doesn't even look like that. Does that make sense? This is a hard concept to grasp, to wrap your brain around. You don't really hate anybody, but you just love God so much that you're willing to give everything up. Now, Typically, God's not going to ask you to do that. He designed family. He built family. He wants you to honor your mom and dad, your kids, everything, your grandkids. He wants you to be the role model. That's the challenge. Be the grandparents your grandkids think you are. Be the person your kid thinks you are. Be the person your Sunday school class thinks you are. This is about the cost of discipleship. So then none of you can be my disciple who does not give up all his possessions. What do we have that didn't come from God anyway? So when it comes to stewardship, giving, serving, all these things that we're called to do, it all boils down to how much does Christ mean to you? How much does your relationship with the Lord really mean to you? Is is God worth everything until you get to a certain thing? And then if you're asked to give that up, it's kind of like the guy that wanted to buy his way into heaven. And he said, "Okay, what do you got in your wallet?" He goes, "I got 150 bucks." He goes, "All right, give it here." He goes, "Really? That's all it costs?" He goes, "No, no. What do you got in your bank account?" He goes, "Got about $4,000." He goes, "All right, sign that over." "Ah, okay. What else?" He goes, um, "How much is your house worth?" He said, "I don't know, 100, 200,000." He goes, "Give me the deed." "What?" "And the keys to your car." "Come on. No, really." He said, "What else?" He said, "What else you got?" He goes, "You've taken everything." He goes, "Not everything." He goes, "Are you kidding me?" He goes, "Yeah, no, I, you, I need your life. I need your heart. Everything, everything we have, God gives us to be stewards over. And so, do we put him above everything? What's the definition of an idol? Anything that gets between you and God, anything or practice or lifestyle or person, anything. So, how much more does God mean to you than everything else? Now, again, when was the last time God asked you to give up everything? It's not that. It's about it's not a metaphor, but it's it's a way of thinking, right? God means more to me, means more to you than anything else. And what's the old hymn say? All to Jesus, I surrender all. I surrender all. So make me wholly thine. So this Mother's Day, you honor mother, father on Father's Day because God does mean more to you than them, because you are thankful that God provided them, that it took the two of them to make you. Everybody had a mom and a dad. I know there's a lot of confusion in this world about roles and who does what, but God said, "Let us make man in our image." And then he told them, "Be fruitful and multiply." But he said, "Love me more." All right, guys, have a great week. You can pray for me and Quail Springs Baptist Church. If you have a prayer request, leave it in the comments. We will look at that. We will get to that. We will pray over that. Also, share these videos, give a thumbs up. Let us know if you like us. Leave a comment. We love you. If you have a series, anything that you would want to go over, a specific verse, set of verses, a book, anything, a book of the Bible, uh, just leave a comment. We'll go from there. Okay. Have a great week. We love you. We'll see you later.